Alright, so I am back, and today we're going to take a look at some really old figures. Shout out to Chris for sending these over to me to take a look at. We got Seaspray. This is from... I know it's from the Revenge of the Fallen movie. I can't remember if it's like the revealed... Let's see... No reveal the shield sticker, so I'm guessing Hunt for the Decepticons. And Breacher. So Breacher can just sit in the back here, just like that. And yeah, that's really it for this. I kind of wish this would have folded up to kind of lock this guy into place, because he's gonna. But yeah, move that off to the side. He does have wheels here, 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 and here, so he does roll. And you can pull the cannons off. They do fire. Just like that. And then let's see here, you can spin the little propellers in the back as well if you want. Kind of hard to get to, but you can. And moving him off to the side, Breacher here. This was I think they call it basic at the time. Rolls fine. Turret moves up and down and side to side. So yeah, Breacher, Seaspray, pretty cool little guys. We're gonna transform him first. First thing you want to do is pull this this gun off. It's got this little C-clip. Just tabs in there. So you just pull that off. No, I have not transformed this guy in years, so we'll see if I can remember it. So untab these sections here and here. Freeze things up a bit. And we can pull the arms out like this, just like this. We'll just get those off to the side. Pull the legs out. And then these panels here can come down. It should allow you to extend the legs. Fold the foot forward. This can come to the back. Rotate the hips around. This will rotate to this side. Fold this up. This will fold around, just swivels around, and then you can fold the headpiece up, and then this will all collapse together and form his torso. I believe that's all there really is to him. Let's see here. Come on. Go. I am just kind of reacquainting myself with the figure. Like I said, it's been a few years. I want to say this will actually lock into place, but it doesn't seem to want to go. That's as good as we're gonna get here. Alright. And there he is in his robot mode. You can take his little gun here and take the C-clip and you can plug it onto his fist here, just like that. And there you go. Head is on a ball joint, so you get the up, not really much down, left and right. Shoulders, ball joints, so you get the all the way around, and then there's a hinge here to go up and down. Ball jointed elbow, ball jointed wrist. This one's super tight. Hips swivel. Hips are on ball joints. There is no thigh swivel. Hinged knee. Foot is on a ball joint on the side, so you get a pretty good rocker and a little bit of a tilt in there as well. I'm pretty sure it's just me, because I'm pretty sure you can lock this guy in, but it's not my figure, so I don't really want to push it too hard. That would be my one complaint, really, more than anything about this figure, is just this doesn't seem to be locking in, but I'm pretty sure it does. I'm just not getting it right. Other than that, I mean, I think he's a pretty solid little dude. We'll move him off to the side and take a look at Seaspray real quick. And we'll do some comparisons and final thoughts. So here's the Seaspray. To transform him, again, I have not done this in a long time, so let's see here. We want to pull the feet out like this, split the legs. This will fold up. Rotate the hips so that the screws are on the back. And we rotate here. And then we fold this down, and then you can flip the flippers out if you'd like. You don't have to, but they are there. Alright, and then we want to do, so you pull the arms out like this. This will split apart. Come down like this, and those become the shoulders. Just like that. Just like that. This assembly will come down, tab into place. This comes up, rotate these back. And wait, do we fold this back first? Fold this back. Yeah, fold that down, and then we can rotate those up. And this whole assembly will, let's see here. Tab into place there. And there you go. It's funny how the bigger figures, a lot of the bigger figures of this line were simpler to transform, but that's more because it's like the same complexity, but because there's more space, it's easier to get to things. So yeah, head is on a hinge swivel, so you get the left, right, up, down. Shoulders rotate up and down, in and out, and then also, so there's two in and outs there. Bicep swivel, bends at the elbow. He's got backwards bend at the elbow, but that just allows like lots of posability there. Wrist swivels, nothing at the hips. Ratcheted hips in and out. Ratchets in and out, up and down. Thigh swivel, bends at the knee. There's a swivel here, but that's for transformation, but you can use that. So like if you're doing some mega posing, you can kind of cheat it a little bit. great rocker. And tilt back. Nothing really forward. And then, of course, like I said, you can put those in or leave those out however you prefer. And he does hold his guns just fine. And there you go. Just gonna stand here. Joint seems a little loose. I think that's more due to age. And there he is with the breacher. And then for comparison, we got Classics Prime here. So you can see he's a good Voyager. He's the same size as Prime. Height-wise, got a little bit more bulk on him, though. Here he is with the Chug Seeker. And then, most importantly, here he is with Titan's Return and then the iGear Seasprays as well. So, ultimately, I mean, if you're looking for this guy for a Chug collection, I'd have to steer you away from it. This would not work for Chug. He doesn't look like Seaspray enough. He doesn't feel like Seaspray, and he's just way too big for a Chug collection. And obviously, this wouldn't work for a Masterpiece collection either. That being said, though, you know, this is more for the Bayverse figures, and this came out right in the Revenge of the Fallen, which I know a lot of people hated that movie, but the toy line was out of this world great. They had some good stuff coming out. I mean, I remember the skids and mud flap that would combine into the ice cream truck. That thing was great. This guy, he's a pretty solid figure, and you know, Breacher, you know, kind of comes and can compliment him. Yeah, but a lot of those figures, I mean, that's where we got the bludgeon, which a lot of people still use for a Chug collection, with or without head upgrades. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some of them were a little bit more complex than they needed to be. I remember the Voyager Prime was great. The Voyager Megatron was great. But yeah, all of those figures from the Revenge of the Fallen, there's Revenge of the Fallen, Hunt for the Decepticons, Reveal the Shield, kind of went on and on, in different like little subprints, and they kind of stuck in some Generation figures into the mix as well, like the Wind Charger, which we'll be looking at next, because he came out in one of the movie lines. So for a movieverse figure, I think it's pretty solid. You know, up there with like Mind Wipe and them. So I'm gonna give it I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Or give the both 8 out of 10. I think Breacher is the one that kind of pulls it down. Seaspray is a better figure than the Breacher. Breacher is fun to mess with, but I can't seem to get those hips to lock in properly, or the waist to lock in properly, and he's a little fidgety for his size. But the Seaspray is pretty good. I would recommend him as long as you're not putting him into like a Chug collection. If you're not doing that, then by all means get this guy. I think you'd be pretty happy with him. And he's got the 5mm ports, but he also has the C-clip ports, which was a big thing at the time. So there were a lot of weapons that was made to fit C-clips. So yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to see if there's any more. But yeah, he's got rows of them here and here. So you can arm them up with C-clips and then 5mm weapons if you want to. So yeah, fun little figures. Shout out to Chris for sending them over to me. I'll get these guys all boxed up and sent back to you when I can. Hopefully end of the week. since I'm done reviewing everybody. So yeah.